Student murders investigation. The killer of those 4 students is serving a life sentence after pleading guilty to the murders of those University of Idaho students. And we're seeing the white Elantra that he drove to commit these brutal murders. And according to the probable cause affidavit, he was seen leaving the scene at a high rate of speed. And that could be what caused these visible tire marks that there are photos of that have been released. Investigators photographed this on the road outside of 1122 King Road. And take a look at this. We're looking at a fingerprint marker and fingerprints on the window located on the 2nd floor near the kitchen and sliding glass door. Prosecutors say the killer entered and exited the home through that sliding door. And then finally, on the inside of that window in the kitchen, you can see a brown paper bag, a Jack-in-the-Box delivery bag that we know Xana Kernodle had ordered a DoorDash delivery from there that night. This is the first time we've seen images of those items that were left in the kitchen.
Today, we're going to walk through what happened, the evidence, and most importantly, the 4 lives that were stolen. I'm Crime Untold, and this is the full story of the Idaho student murders. Moscow, Idaho, a small, tight-knit college town. On November 13, 2022, that sense of safety was shattered. Let's start by remembering who these 4 young people were. Ethan Chapin was just 20 years old. He was a triplet, survived by his parents and siblings Maisie and Hunter. All 3 triplets had enrolled at the University of Idaho the previous August. Ethan was a freshman majoring in sports management and a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity. He was dating Xana Kernodle. Originally from Conway, Washington, he attended Mount Vernon High School where he played basketball. His obituary said it best. Since attending the University of Idaho, Ethan lived his best life. He loved the social life, intramurals, and tolerated the academics. He also continued to play sports. Xana Kernodle was 20, from Avondale, Arizona. She was a junior majoring in marketing and a member of the Pi Beta Phi sorority. She and Ethan started as friends before they began dating, and by that summer she was spending time with his whole family. Her older sister Jasmine described her as lighthearted, the kind of person who always lifted up a room. "You rarely get to meet someone like Xana," her sister said. "She was so positive, funny, and was loved by everyone who met her." Xana went to high school in Post Falls, Idaho. For her 2020 graduation, she decorated her mortarboard with flowers and butterflies and the words, "For the lives that I will change." She was roommates and close friends with both Madison and Kaylee. Kaylee Goncalves, 21, was a senior majoring in general studies and a member of the Alpha Phi sorority. She grew up in northern Idaho with Madison Mogen. The 2 were so close they were practically sisters. Kaylee even posted about their long friendship on Instagram for Maddie's 21st birthday. Madison Mogen was also 21, a senior majoring in marketing. She was in Pi Beta Phi with Xana, and both girls worked at the Mad Greek restaurant in downtown Moscow. Maddie used her marketing skills to run the restaurant's social media campaigns. She grew up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and had known Kaylee since junior high. After graduation that spring, she had plans to move to Boise. These weren't just names in a headline. They were best friends, a loving couple, sorority sisters, fraternity brothers. Kids who were excited about life, social events, sports, future plans. The typical college experience that so many of us remember. On the night of November 12th into the early morning of November 13th, 2022, all 4 were at the 3-story off-campus house at 1122 King Road. Kaylee and Maddie on the 3rd floor, Xana and Ethan on the 2nd. 2 other roommates were also home but unharmed. Sometime between roughly 4 o'clock and 4:25 a.m., a killer entered the house and attacked them with a large knife. The scene was devastating. Investigators described overkill on at least some of the victims. Kaylee and Maddie were found in the same bed. Xana and Ethan were found on the floor below.
And I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And then I saw the guy. I actually locked the door and I ran downstairs. We don't know what's going on.
Can you come here with me, please? Break Fire 3170. Could you guys grab some blankets for all these people out here?
Oh, okay.
Nope. Just come over here with me, please. Actually, you guys probably just hang on to these whenever. Is that ambulance on its way? No, they got stood up. Okay. We would like a blanket right now. It's temporary. Would anybody like one for your feet to stand on? Okay. I'll let you. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if that ambulance shows up, that'd be great. Could you grab some blankets? Yeah, 1 second, man. Let me just grab it. All your guys' info. Is your driver's license right?
Yes.
Okay. How much have you seen in that?
No, I don't really know. I just saw my friend when I called because we were so scared. We're like, can you please come help us? And that's all I saw. He told us not to go in. That man right there. That I'll show you around.
We did go in there.
Yeah, and that's when he told us he needed to call the cops for that.
One surviving roommate, Dylan Mortensen, woke up to noises and briefly saw a masked figure in black, tall, athletic build, bushy eyebrows. She froze. It wasn't until later that morning, when friends couldn't reach the victims, that 911 was called.
His house. I walked over there. I didn't see Ethan outside, so I figured he was inside helping whoever needed to be helped.
It's his brother's walking up this way.
Okay, do you mind hanging out here, please?
And Hunter Johnson came up to me and I was like, "Where's Ethan and Xana?" And he's like, "They're not here anymore." So like, "What do you mean they're not here anymore?" He's like, "I think they were murdered last night."
And you're at the grocery store?
I was at the grocery store. And I was talking to a friend.
Fine.
That's okay. And my phone kept ringing, and it was Hunter on the other end. And he just said he's not here, and he kept repeating it. And so I was like, well, go get him, go find him. And he just kept saying it. And he goes, no, Mom, you don't understand. Ethan and Xana are not on this earth anymore. I just was like, just no way. And I drove down the road and called Jim, and, you know, it makes it real when you have to repeat it.
Right. It drives me crazy because I've always wanted to protect my family. And there's really nothing there that I could have done. Yeah. Instantly, he was taken.
The investigation led to Bryan Kohberger, a 28-year-old criminology PhD student at nearby Washington State University. His white Hyundai Elantra, phone data, and DNA on a knife sheath left at the scene were key pieces of evidence. He was arrested in Pennsylvania at the end of December 2022.
And we're seeing the white Elantra that he drove to commit these brutal murders. And according to the probable cause affidavit, he was seen leaving the scene at a high rate of speed.
After years of legal proceedings, in July 2025, Kohberger pleaded guilty and received for consecutive life sentences without parole. Even with the plea, one question remains heavy. Why? Why these for young people who were simply living their lives? Ethan, Xana, Kaylee and Madison had dreams, families who loved them, and bright futures ahead. Their loss is felt every single day by the people who knew them. This case reminds us how fragile safety can be and how important it is to remember the victims, not just the crime. What do you think about the plea deal versus a full trial? Do you believe we'll ever learn the full motive? Let me know in the comments. I read them all. If this video helped you understand the human side of this tragedy, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching. Take care of each other out there.